Hello everyone, Earl Henderson, Primordial Defense. Thank you for watching. I have another Monday quarterback video for you. I'm going to play this video and talk about things that are going on, a better explain what's going on, and talk about things that I think that are being done right and or done wrong. So this seems to be the third HPD Cruiser versus Pedestrian video. This one is January 17. The last video I just did, they had one on January 4th, and before that, it was December something. So I don't know what's up with Houston police and their officers hitting people. Of course, it is a larger agency, so with it being a larger agency, more officers out on the streets, that's going to increase the odds of these things occurring. But even then, like, to have that many within that short amount of time, like, damn, does not look good. Anyway, we'll play this and see what's going on.
I'm Assistant Chief Kevin Deese of the Houston Police Department. This critical incident briefing is intended to provide you with information about an officer-involved crash that occurred on January 17th, 2023. You're about to see video footage that is related to this incident. HPD conducts thorough investigations into officer-involved crashes. These typically require investigators to interview multiple witnesses, view numerous hours of video footage, and analyze a significant amount of forensic evidence. It is important to note that we are in the very early stages of the investigation, and we continue to review additional evidence as it is collected and analyzed. The videos you're about to see can be graphic and may be difficult to watch. These videos may also contain strong language. Viewer discretion is advised. At approximately 12:20 a.m., a two-officer unit was en route to a call for service involving a shooting with multiple victims. They were traveling northbound in the 11,500 block of Service Road of the Southwest Freeway. Pedestrian Angela Victoria Luna was in the roadway and was struck by the police vehicle. Officers called for paramedics who responded within minutes. Ms. Luna was pronounced deceased at the scene.
Can you show me a ride on that shooting? Given or RIP?
Fuck.
254.1, no, back in the 4K.
Figure out the address. Fuck.
1511, can you send me a ride on that code too? And you can be primary.
$17.42. Q show us at 11,597 Southwest Freeway. Thank you, HFD. We got a female unconsciously breathing. She ran in front of our car when we were driving. Fuck. Hey, divert them. I'm gonna pull them over here.
What unit was that?
1742. Female unconscious, not breathing.
You on the mainlands?
Negative, we're on the feeder, right in front of the old Friars Road or by the Starbucks.
You could tell that that's getting to him. I mean, no telling what's going through his mind right now. You know, everything's probably going through his mind. You know, he's thinking and worried about, is he going to be charged with this? Is he going to be spending prison time in for this? He's going to lose his job for this. You know, did he just kill someone? Someone died, you know, because of him. His actions, you know, potentially cause someone else to die. That's a lot of weight right there. All at once. So you can see where he's bringing his hands up to his head, like it looks like he's starting to have a breakdown there. Let's go back and see the beginning of this. So as I said, they're going to a call. Going to a call of, I think it's like shots fired. And so they're going to pull out and green light. Don't know how fast they're going. And you can see her. She's in the roadway right there. It doesn't appear as though he is looking at his phone. It doesn't appear as though he could be looking at the screen. Where are his eyes looking at? I don't know. They don't provide any information like that. It could be that he is checking his mirrors, looking off to the left to that side view mirror there to see if there's anyone approaching. See if he could, you know, switch over, something like that. Whatever. It's hard to say for sure what his eyes are looking at. But although we can see her clearly in the camera, his eyes may not be directly pointed right at there. It appears as though right before impact, he notices her. He starts to make that evasive maneuver, but just not fast enough to do it. Now, where is she coming from? So where she's at, there's a wall right here. Why, if she was over here on the sidewalk, choosing to cross over here? Don't know. There's a gas station right here, so was she coming from this direction and then deciding to cross over to get over here to the gas station? Don't know, but it sucks. It really does. This is why there are designated pedestrian crossings. That's why some places have laws against what's referred to as jaywalking. There's just certain places on a roadway where it's not safe to cross. There are designated pedestrian crossings on many major roadways, where you have the light symbol for stop for the person, and then you can walk that is coordinated with the traffic lights. When traffic is stopped from going certain lanes, that's when the you can walk now symbol turns on and lets the person know they can safely walk through there. It is well lit. There are traffic lights, overhead lights illuminating that pathway very clearly. There is white paint going across the roadway there to designate that walking space right there. to significantly reduce the chances of someone being hit, reducing the chances of someone being missed. It's a well-lit area. The traffic is controlled. Crossing at this part of the road here is unsafe. It may not be as well lit as an intersection. There is no designated spot up here for people to be crossing through. So this incident, this accident, is also partly on her. Let's see what the second one shows.
Can you show me the right
Fuck. Okay.
Block this off and let HFD through when they come through, okay? You alright? You alright?
I'm okay, but
We'll get to that point. Who's driving? Okay. Have we already checked? We're sure? You checked? I'm at this. Let's be. I'm not getting a pulse or a strong one, even that.
All right.
Sir.
So as she mentioned, the driver, Cortez, he was freaking, and you could see his reaction that he's on the verge of crying.
Who's driving? Okay. Have we already checked? We're sure? You checked? I'm at this. Let's be.
So a traumatic injury like that, a person hit by a vehicle, I don't know what speed they were going at, but they're on the I don't know if you can call this an on-ramp, but this is right next to this interstate freeway thing, so it's going to have a lane that merges into it. but it's also a roadway that goes to other parts of the town. So, and they're responding to a call, so they're getting up to speed. They could have been doing 55 through there. I don't know what speed they were going at, but a significant impact like that, it a lot of times is just going to immediately kill a person. And the level of traumatic injury, there's just nothing you can do to bring them back. There's a lot of EMS agencies out there under the direction of their medical director that will not do any kind of treatment towards someone who is died after a traumatic type of injury like that. Car wrecks, you come across a car wreck, person's no pulse, they don't work them because they know that the chances of survival are low. I think it's like 1 to 2% chances of being able to get a pulse back. It's so low that it's just damn near impossible. And even if you do somehow manage to get the heart started back, there's so much damage there to the brain that they're most likely going to be a vegetable for the rest of their life. So as I said, some EMS agencies out there under the direction of the medical director, they won't work people who don't have a pulse after an accident. There's some out there that will, but they are falling under the direction of a medical director, so they're covered under that. When it comes to police, police generally do not fall under the direction of a medical director because they're just not EMS professionals. They may have some first aid training, but they don't have anything beyond that. And when you look at the first aid training that comes from entities like American Red Cross, American Heart Association, within the curriculum, it talks about when not to render aid. And one of those is the scene if it's unsafe. If it's not a safe scene, you obviously can't render aid to someone. And then there's obvious signs of death. And they list the examples like decapitation. That's an obvious sign. Like nobody's coming back from that. Rigor mortis setting in. Signs of rigor mortis or liver mortis. That's an obvious sign of death. Decomposition, obvious sign of death. The person being cut in half. That's an obvious sign of death. Brain matter, significant brain matter being ejected out of the cranial vault. Obvious sign of death. Unless those things are seen, it is assumed that you should render aid. So we can't see her head because of the blur box they put on, but if there's no brain matter scattered across the roadway, her head's intact for the most part, then under whatever, if say they're trained to American Red Cross, under American Red Cross's training curriculum, they should be providing CPR. Because she's not decapitated, there's no rigor mortis, liver mortis set in, etc. And so they could be sued for not rendering aid to her, even though it's obvious that she is dead and she's not coming back. But because that technicality there exists, and we live in such a litmus society where everyone wants to sue everybody for every damn thing, and especially police agencies, they could be looking at potential civil suit right there, just for the simple fact that none of them at the beginning started doing anything for her. So that's where I wish that American Heart, American Red Cross would kind of alter their curriculum to address things like that. Like basically word it and give the option for agencies to adopt their own policies on, things like that, and it have verbiage in there that says it's okay not to provide CPR to someone who's been involved in a severe traumatic injury like a car wreck. As far as them, they could have backed their vehicle up at the very beginning of this to provide warning power with their lights to other vehicles coming, because that vehicle being so far up ahead and them being out in here in the open, that's not the best place to be at. They still run the risk of being hit themselves and or this person being hit again by another vehicle. So I think they could have moved their vehicle past this point, go up behind them, and set up there. That way there'd be a less chance of people running over her before they got to this car. Not much else to say about this video. If you like what you hear and see, go ahead and give me a like and a share. If you have not already, hit the subscribe button and stay tuned for more Monday quarterback videos. Earl Henderson, Primordial Defense. Thank you for watching.